Jai Sachidanand. This is Akram Vignan, Brazil, Satsang. It is 3 o'clock on August 14, 2016. And as promised, Shuddha is here for the Satsang of the 5 Agnas of Gnani Purush Dadashri. This was going to be the 5th session and the final session of the 5 Agnas of Gnani Purush Dadashri. And it's already 7 minutes past 3 p.m. 7 minutes past the Brazil time, but as Vyavasthit would have it, as scientific circumstantial would have it, in front of Shuddha, in this room 333-725-3232, there is no one for present, no one else present except for Shuddha, and I, the Mahatma of Dadashri. And as promised, therefore, we will just continue. We have at least 2 people here. I have myself and my energies as the Paramatma within me, the energies of my Dada, Dadashri within me, and I have Shuddha in front of me. So I will continue the satsang of the 5 Agnas for this afternoon. If anyone else joins, then there will be the darshan of that Mahatma. So I begin with the 3 mantra of our Gnani Purush Dadashri. Our Gnani Purush Dadashri has given this 3 mantra. It Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loye Savasanam. Eso Panchanamukaro Savvapavapanashano Mangalanam Yasavesim Padhamam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachidanand. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loye Savasanam. Eso Panchanamukaro Savvapavapanashano Mangalanam Yasavesim Padhamam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Sachidanand. Namo Vitragai, Namo Arihantanam, Namo Siddhanam, Namo Ayariyanam, Namo Vatsayanam, Namo Loye Savasanam. Eso Panchanamukaro Savvapavapranasham Mangalanam Chasavesim Padhamam Havai Mangalam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Satchitanand. Jai Satchitanand. Jai Satchitanand. The five Agnas of Gnani Purush Dadashri. These Agnas represents the entire body of knowledge that is necessary for any human being on this earth of ours for purposes of liberation. It is not a knowledge that is going to have any evidence or any subatomic particle even of anything that will prolong the ongoing life after life return of a soul back into the world of causes and effects, back into the world of bodies of various forms and in various realms of existence. So this is the knowledge, this is the Gnan, this is the vision, this is the understanding that has begun in essence in the third component of the Gnan Vidhi of Gnani Purush Dadashri, when he gave the initial five Agnas, and this is the body of knowledge that keeps growing independently within the awakened one of Akram Vignan called a Mahatma, Mahanatma, who is now having the new vision with which he looks at the world before him, the world of bodies, the world of human beings, the world of animals, the world as you and I have known it before our liberation, before this awakened vision. It is an awakened vision that encompasses an exact balance of both the vyavahar or the relative worldly interaction and the nishchay, which is the world, if you will, which is the vision of the knower, the knower, the one blissful one who has known everything that has happened, not only in this life, but also was present when it was happening in previous lives, in previous bodies. This five Agnas, of the five, the first two Agnas are related to Nishchay. Nishchay means the final determinant within a human being on the path of liberation. Nishchay means the final understanding, the final determination, the final resting place, the final goal, the final awareness, which is I am pure soul. Eo soama pura, soy alma pura, विश्व बिंद्रायन सीले मैं शुद्ध आत्मा हूँ शुद्ध आत्मा छू शुद्ध आत्मा छू. So this Nishchay is in simultaneous presence of the vyavahar or the relative. So the relative and the real are there in exactness and in imbalance, and the five Agnas makes it exact. The first two Agnas, Agna 1 and 2, have to do are part of Nishchay, part of the self. They belong to the self, the S capital self, the liberated self, the awakened self, the self who has entered into the continuous domain, the domain of the continuous knowership, the domain of the continuous seeing mode. The continuous seeing mode and the knowing mode, it belongs to the element that is called Atma, or the self, or the Swa. That is the nature of the self, and that is the Nishchay. And where there is Nishchay, there is always Vyavahar. In other words, there is always the relative too. There is always the relative, and the relative is with reference to this mind, these words, this body, this experience through the five senses. The first two Agnas, therefore, of our Gnani Purush Dadashri relate to Nishchay. That means they relate to the self. They are prime, they are fundamental visions of liberation. And it is on the basis of this vision that I am pure soul, that I am Shuddha, I am pure soul, that the relative appears in front of you. You see, the relative is that which is not what you and I are, which is the pure knowers of everything that has happened to us in previous lives, is happening currently, has happened to us before the awakening, and will continue to happen to now what we call this relative self. This relative self, this one that you see in front of you, this one, and this one. This is first two Agnas, therefore relate to Nishchay, or the self. They are natural, they are easy, they are the final truth, they are fundamental to anyone's liberation. And until one attains this vision, until one attains this purity, Shuddhatva, Shuddhata, Shuddhata and Shuddhatva, it is not possible to really it is not possible to get liberated. It really is not possible to really proceed in any meaningful path of liberation. One may move around from one spiritual master or one pure, relatively pure, good human being as a teacher to another good human being as a teacher. But there is some very special thing that happens to a human being when he meets the awakened one who has and is established in the self, the Gnani, you see. Until one meets a Gnani, all avenues of interactions really are simply relative. The Gnani is the one who makes it possible to enter into the realm of the real, because the Gnani represents the real, the eternal, the unchanging, the natural state of being, not only as the self, as capital, but also the natural state of being in worldly interactions, which is considered to be part of the Shuddha or the pure worldly interaction, Shuddha Vyavahar. It is through Shuddha Nishchay, it is through the purity as the self that one can even dream, it can even begin to enter into that worldly interaction which is called pure. Without the awareness, without the awakening to the self as capital, it is not possible to enter into any kind of purity in worldly interactions. And therefore, the worldly interactions by their nature will be associated with impurity, which from the view of the liberated one is considered part of the good or the bad. The impure part is part of the good or the bad. The impurities by their nature belong to the worldly interacting selves, the souls, and by their nature therefore will end up in doing something that is helpful to others called auspicious or good or shubha, or something hurtful or inauspicious or bad or sinful to others. And thus perpetuates the relative worldly cycle, whereas the awakened one has now entered into what is called Nishchay or Shuddhatva or purity or the purity of the self. Now, this purity of the self begins for all practical purposes in Akram Vignan, in our science, through a simple, easy meeting with the Gnani Purush in a pure surrender mode, in an absolute surrender mode or in a relative surrender mode. So there is the possibility of absorbing something that comes from the Gnani. There is the door is kept open with reference to the Gnani, who is not a human being, but the Gnani is there now to lift you up into the world of who you really are, to resolve all your ignorances and wrong beliefs, to burn all your sins and all sense of sin being that which is the result of activity that happened through the mind, speech and body out of ignorance and ended up hurting other living beings in this universe. You see, that is called sin. And in contrast to that, that activity of the mind, speech and body that happened in ignorance but did help other human beings and living beings of our universe, that is called punya or merit karma, and it gives positive results that are experienced through this level of the five senses. They cannot be experienced in any other way. So if through the five senses you can experience any kind of pleasure, whether it is mental, physical, or verbal, it is the result. It is really the result of previous merit karma that were created in ignorance. Ignorance here means you did not know, the creator or the doer did not know who he really is or who he really was. He believed that I am this body and I am doing something good for others, and therefore it creates merit karma. It charges merit karma, which brings its results and its fruits. Just like if you plant a mango tree, if you plant a mango tree by enjoying the fruits of the mango, but then after having finished the mango pulp, if you decide to plant it, then 5 to 10 years later, if the other conditions are suitable with reference to weather, soil, and other conditions are suitable, rain, etc., then a mango with hundreds of fruits will come, which will continue to give fruits for a certain period of lifetime of the tree, mango tree. And those fruits are inevitable because the seed was planted, you see. The seed was planted. This is how good things happen to people in this world. Good things happen. The seeds were planted in a previous life. So good things happened to them. They were good seeds were planted. Hurtful, painful seeds that were planted. If you plant a cactus, thorn-filled tree, then the fruits, the results will be a plant full of thorns which will hurt you, see, with very little fruit to enjoy, really. So, this is how it is. See, this is the relative world. But what is the Agnas of Gnani Purush Dadashri have to do with all of this? Gnani means the awake, the enlightened one. But there are many enlightened ones, but the enlightened ones who has what it takes within him to awaken others is called a Gnani Purush. Such a human being is very, 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 very rare. Such a human being is not to be found. We in this world have become aware of the presence of such a one. Gnani Purush Dadashri, whose worldly name was Ambalal Mulvijibhai Patel. Ambalal. And he became a Gnani Purush when he became enlightened in 1958. And his grace started flowing through his medium when not only through his satsangs, but through his actual Gnan Vidhi process in 1962, the first one in 1962. It awakened human beings to the initial experience and of the self, the knower inside, the exact conviction and the awareness of I am pure soul, I am pure soul, was such that it began the new energy of liberation, final liberation, where no other energy is necessary except 5 fundamental sentences that he gave as a strong, very strong guarding mechanism so that the awakened one will not lose this newly found knowledge, newly found Gnan of the self, you see. And this direct ability to access the experience of the self as well as through that experience to continue the state of the self separate from this discharging complex that the world identifies as Shuddha or as John or Mary or whatever your name is, you see, separate, is an event that cannot be described in human history and cannot be compared with anything that has happened to human beings, because all that has happened to human beings is evolution. See? Evolution and evolution and further evolution and further evolution of the intellect and further refinement of the intellect and further modifications of that which appears in the relative world. More and more material things that were supposed to improve human life but we know what has happened by 2016, you see. Whereas this awareness that takes hold of through the grace of the Gnani Purush, through the initial meeting with the Gnani Purush of Akram Vignan, not an ordinary or a run-of-the-mill Gnani or the run-of-the-mill awakened one. The run-of-the-mill awakened ones may be awakened in their own way and in their own manner and with their own inner vision towards life, but they are part of the whole stream of life that the Gnani Purush Dadashri calls as the relative stream. This stream has flown life after life after life, and you have been part of that awakening process, if not in this life, but you have been in such awakening processes in countless, in fact, in infinite previous lives, in infinite previous lives. How, Elena? Jai Sachidanand. Elena? Yes, you have been there for infinite previous lives, okay? So, I see now as I'm speaking, I have Elena only. So, Elena, I have been doing satsang with Shuddha myself. Can you hear me? Okay, let's see here. Yes, she's there. So, we have one Mahatma now from Brazil joining us. It was Shuddha's anyway, so we will continue as a speaker view here. I will. So continuing with the satsang, where were we? See, these Agnas, out of the 5 Agnas, the first 2 Agnas, okay? Out of the 5 Agnas, the first 2 Agnas relate to Nishchay. You see, they relate to Nishchay or the pure self, whereas the final 3 Agnas have to do with worldly interactions, okay? Now, let me give her a message because Elena, Jai Sachidanand. Okay, there is no translator, so Shuddha is. All right. Okay. So there is. So I'm just. No. So I'm just speaking. Just speaking in English. English. Okay. I understand. Apparently, that Elena, that there is no one else. So I just decided that I'll continue the satsang myself. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. Well, you understand a little bit of English, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm glad you're here. That's fine. So I will just continue, and if you have any questions, I will periodically check with you. Okay. All right. I'll just continue speaking. I'm just speaking about the 5 Agnas. All right. All right. So I will mute you. And if whenever you want to speak to me, you can just go ahead and unmute yourself, all right? Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, can you hear me? So that's good. All right. I can hear you too. So if you can hear me, say something. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So all I want to tell you.
Satsang is now? No. And
Yes, it was supposed to be today. I have been here since 2 o'clock. Even it was everybody was informed in Akram Vignan, Brazil, but nobody showed up. That's fine. So it's Vyavasthit. That's Vyavasthit, scientific circumstantial evidences. Okay. So I decided to finish the satsang anyway. I was doing satsang by myself with Shuddha. I was doing satsang with myself. All right? Do you understand?
all right. And
Yeah, you're not used to satsang where.
Is Luma.
Huh? I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah, can you are hearing me, right?
Yes.
So what are you saying now? What do you want to say? Just speak. I can hear you. I can hear you. Go ahead and say something. Elena, just speak. Just speak. Don't write anything. Just speak. Just say something. Even if it's Portuguese, say something.
Yes. My computer is the computer is of my daughter Luma. Is the audio is off and no some problem in here.
Okay, so that's all right.
And I listen and stop and I.
Yeah, you can go. That's fine. I'm just doing this recording of the 5 Agnas. You see, the stuff that is not been covered up. So later on, whoever wants to pick it up, they can pick it up. Okay. All right. So Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
All right. Okay. So you can leave anytime you want to. Okay. So you may leave anytime you want to. Mm-hmm.
In Brazil, today is daddy party, daddy birthday.
Party day, yes, right. Party day. I understand there is a big Father's Day party. So please go attend because Agna 1 is important, right? Agna 1. So you're being Agna 1. Go attend the party, okay? Go attend the party.
Yeah.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Okay, so that's fine. You can close and leave, huh? Jai Sachidanand. Enjoy the party, all right?
Yes.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Okay, so then we just continue. Just give me 1 minute before we continue this satsang here. Okay, so all right, we come back to our satsang now again. The world fails to recognize, and including the awakened ones of Akram Vignan fail to recognize the immense importance, the phenomenal importance of what they have received as a Mahatma. You see, as what they have received from Gnani Purush Dadashri. This awareness, that can never happen without meeting, without the grace of the awakened one, has begun so easily for so many Mahatmas all across the world, that they somehow, many, a significant portion of them, fail to recognize this beauty, and if they do not pay attention to the 5 Agnas in the first 1 or 2 years, then the whole process will slowly die away. The whole energies and whole awareness that had begun will die away, you see, and they will become the old selves like they used to be. Even though the Gnani Purush had planted the seeds. Now, what will happen with reference to the new seeds of the Gnanvidhi, that remains to be seen. That is not for you and I to say. You see, this is a process that happens beyond anybody's ability to comprehend through the intellect. All right. Now, so first 2 Agnas have to do with the Nishchay or the self, and the final 3 Agnas have to do with the have you not gone to the party, sweetheart?
No.
Oh, are you going later?
No, because they said they're running late.
Oh, they're running late. Okay. All right. Okay. So, and the other 3 have to do with worldly interaction. In other words, you and I already know. Hi, Maria Christina. Jai Sachidanand.
Oi.
I just want you to know there is no translator, so it's only Shuddha. There is Cecilia. All right, Cecilia. Hi, there she is there.
Hi. Hi, Shuddha.
Hi, Cecilia.
Jai Sachidanand.
Hi, Jai Sachidanand. Happy Father's Day.
Oh, thank you. Same to all of us.
Yeah, right. So I understand that's the reason why many have not been able to join today, as Denize was telling us last week, you see, because of...
Yes. Actually, during Satsang on Tuesday, I don't know if you can remember, but you agreed at the time. We today postponed the Satsang to 4 o'clock.
Oh, to 4 o'clock your time, right? Or your 4 o'clock? So
yes, our time.
Oh,
so I'm here just to tell you, because I could see you couldn't pick up my answer to your messages.
Because I just completely forgot about the 4 o'clock. So I said, oh, nobody's here, and I
I just.
So when
I saw your message, it was already 3 something. I don't know. Yeah. And then I answered back, but I think you didn't have time to pick my answer.
That's correct.
So today Marlucy posted the alteration on Facebook. So I guess everybody is going to join after 4 o'clock.
Okay, 4 o'clock. So
the translators today are going to be Denize and possibly Denize after. I'm not sure if in the beginning, but maybe from the half the time on.
Okay, good. So we will have that, and we will proceed at 4 o'clock. I completely forgot about the 4 o'clock, and this is part of the scientific circumstantial evidences in the mind of Shuddha.
Oh my.
And so what happened is, in fact, I have done about 30-35 minutes of just solo satsang, which I will just now end this meeting so it gets recorded, and then I'll restart the other one. I was just doing satsang with Shuddha on the screen. I was doing single satsang.
You were doing single satsang. Oh, Shuddha.
That's okay.
I'm sorry about that. Maybe I should have posted that, or maybe sent you a message before.
I figured that it was strange, but it never occurred to me about the change in time, which I had agreed upon, but I had forgotten, you see. And then I did not see your message, you see, on Facebook. So this is all part of scientific circumstantial evidences. I get 15 minutes. I'm just going to restart this thing here with a video of the other. Tell this to Maria and I will be back, okay? And you have a wonderful time with your family, okay?
Thank you. I'm sorry I won't be able to attend today.
That's all right. You can catch up later on. I'm so glad that you are there as a translator whenever it's possible. All right? Huh?
Yes, thank you so much.
All right.
I hope I can get some parts. If I have some free time in between all the things going on here, I will
just
go in for some time.
It'll be happening until your 4 to 6 o'clock your time. So if you have time, come in anytime, leave anytime. That's fine. If you want to help, okay, I'm available to help. All right? So that's fine.
All right.
So if you want, all right. Jai Sachidanand. Good to see you, my dear. Huh?
Jai Sachidanand, likewise.
Jai Sachidanand.
Have a great satsang for you.
Okay, thank you. Just tell Maria that I will be ending this meeting and restarting another one. All right?
Who is Maria?
Maria do Carmo? Maria Cristina is there.
Oi, Maria Cristina. Querida, o Shuddha tá pedindo para mim, porque assim, hoje a gente fez uma alteração durante o último satsang, não sei se você estava presente.
Sim.
Então, a gente alterou o horário para as 4 da tarde, porque muitas pessoas não iam poder começar às 3 da tarde. Então, o Shuddha ele concordou, mas ele esqueceu. E aí, então, ele começou esse satsang. Então, ele disse que vai fechar esse satsang agora para começar uma nova sessão para reiniciar às 4 horas, tá bom?
Ok, tudo bem.
Yeah. So
tá você.
I'll continue it right now. That's fine. I will not end the meeting. She can just do it. Okay.
Então ele disse que nem vai fechar. Ele vai continuar porque acho que já está pertinho do horário.
I'll just share something on the screen. That's all.
Ele vai colocar alguma coisa aí na tela para vocês já irem assistindo um pouquinho. E eu não vou poder estar. Viu, Maria Cristina? Um beijo, viu? Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.
Okay. All right. So actually, all right. So let's go here. Now we find. Pari, I'm just going to share something on the screen.
No. Namo Vidragay, Namo Arihantan, Jai Sachidanand, Jai Sachidanand.